Oof. Yeah, very dangerous. And again, back in these residential neighborhoods where you can see people on the street here continuing to drive fairly erratic, despite the fact that there's nobody behind him. We'll see if he decides to dump the vehicle. Something tells me he just might do that, especially if he sees any sign of law enforcement. Right now, there's nobody behind him, but still driving pretty dangerously, upwards of 60 miles per hour along a very narrow street here in Montebello. This is Maple Avenue, turning right, a wild right turn there at Whittier Boulevard, now going westbound Whittier through Montebello, and we'll see, there's the airship. We'll see if anybody else comes up behind him here, but right now, no sign of any black and whites in the vicinity. We'll see if that changes.
Yeah, still seems to be driving really recklessly, even though the police aren't behind him or the sheriffs aren't behind him. So we'll see what he.
What
he
about
does.
the air units? Is somebody,
he just threw something out of his car.
Yeah, or something went flying there.
Something went flying. I'm not sure if it came from the window. It might have, or something flew off the vehicle. In any event, he really picked up speed there. He's really accelerating for no apparent reason, especially considering that there is nobody behind him. Why is he continuing to drive like this is anybody's guess. These all appear to be random turns, now going the wrong way again, a wild random turn. There goes the driver running on foot without any police in the area here, running on foot through a bunch of homes here, an apartment building on the left, a single family home on the right, now in between those two buildings, coming out that alleyway just off of Kensington Way towards Northside Drive here in Montebello, another alleyway, and now back through another pair of homes here in this neighborhood, right along Olympic Boulevard, climbing fences, just looking for a hiding spot to hide out and ride this out. He's got too many eyes in the sky, and I don't think it's going to work out for him, but in any event, you can see him trying to look for any nook or cranny that he possibly can. This home here looks like it is maybe an apartment building that's right along Olympic Boulevard. And I'm looking to the right and to the left to see if there's any sign of law enforcement. Right now, they're not here yet, but luckily that airship is overhead. You can see the shadow flying right over him, so that should change momentarily if they could. There he is still running next to that building. It's an apartment building right along Olympic Boulevard. We'll try and get across here in just a second. I don't want to widen out yet. We want to stay nice and tight and try and see if we can keep a visual on him because it's really up to, quite frankly, it's up to that airship and us to help them out here. So right now he's continuing to jump these walls, and with plenty of hiding spots. I'm almost surprised that he's still out in the open like this, but you can see now back in that same alleyway, running parallel with Olympic Boulevard into another private property. Somebody's backyard here, appears to be another single family house, running back towards Olympic. Their fence. He started getting tired here pretty quick. He's definitely in shape, but he is definitely exhausting a lot of energy here. So he's right in front of that home there, and
all right, bear with us.
If he went inside that building.
Couple of signal issues, but we still got you, Chris. And he is either under that. There he is. Is that
under the awning?
Under the awning, there. So difficult to see him. I wonder if he got into that other apartment.
He's trying to.
Is he giving up?
I don't know.
He's just hanging out
right
in
underneath
there.
that. Yeah, he's trying doors.
Oh, he's talking to
that's
somebody.
Scary situation. They're...
Okay, let's watch this closely.
If you guys, can you hear me?
Yep, sure can.
We got you.
I have to wonder if he knows that person. Certainly appeared to. It's hard to tell, but it certainly appeared that that person was very comfortable talking to him. There were some gestures there, and now he's continuing the run of his life here, continuing to parallel Olympic Boulevard through an alleyway, a number of homes here. He's had plenty of spots to hide out, but he must know that he must hear the sirens. There come a couple of units on the left side there.
Yeah, I see.
Just a matter of seconds now before they start to contain this block and form a perimeter. You can see he is now somewhere in this group of homes right here, trying to look for a hiding spot. Definitely heard those sirens pulling up. You can see those units near the top of your screen slowing down, and LA County Sheriff's helicopter continuing those really tight orbits to try and find him. But right now he's somewhere, Brian, I think near the top right-hand corner of the screen here, there's a couple of SUVs. I think he's right there, either that building or maybe over to the right, just trying to find a hiding spot.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get a hold of another vehicle after that driving that we saw earlier. I mean, because that's definitely not what we want.
Okay, so this is what we believe is when the passenger jumped out, and you'll see him jump, and then he gets somehow pulled back in. I thought he was being
backpack
pulled.
was stuck on a
yeah, but
handle
then
or something.
it might have just been something as simple as that backpack getting stuck, and then the chase was underway again. And then now
Over
this
to the
is
right,
where, as you continue to watch the live pictures on your left, on your right-hand side is where the driver then bails from the vehicle. He has a cap on, a dark T-shirt, some gray shorts, white-ish tennis shoes, and then that's when he started weaving his way through some of those buildings, eventually taking his cap off, but then putting it back on. So that is, again, video now of this foot bail that occurred just a couple of minutes ago. Now we're back live, and you can see the Sheriff's Department is now canvassing around the building in question there. I haven't seen him squirt out of there. Oh, is that him?
There he is.
That's him on a bike. That's him on a bike. He just walked that bike right past several sheriff's deputies. That appears to be him. I can't swear to it, but that certainly appears to be him. He's found a bicycle, and he's now looking for him.
Well,
I would love if we could pull back that video and see if he was wearing a blue ball cap. I was. That appears to be the same clothing he's wearing. I got to tell you.
The other guy had shorts on. This guy has long pants, but obviously
Long
anything could have.
black
Oh, there you go.
shorts.
They got him. They got him.
They got him? Okay, so it's not him. They got somebody else.
Yeah, they did
Let's
look
make
very
sure that's
similar.
The right guy. Okay, very similar. Yeah, very similar. Different color ball cap. But it does look like they are detaining somebody. They've got their guns drawn. That person on the bike, I don't know. It just is that him?
I think that's him. I think they got their man. Yeah, the one on the bike was confusing because it looked very similar. Even the way he was moving looked similar.
Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. They do have one person in custody. It looks like, thankfully, this pursuit coming to a peaceful end here. It looks like they are still focusing on that property. More units pulling up on scene here, but thankfully, nobody was hurt. And what was really starting to turn into a more wild pursuit here. We'll see if there's any accomplices. If we knew somebody here, they certainly appear to be approaching this property very cautiously, despite the fact that that suspect appears to be in custody.
Right. They may not be trusting the fact that they got their guy either, but he certainly looks like it. And they're probably just being very safe about the situation out there. I thought, Chris, that this was going to end in a terrible crash the way he was driving.
Absolutely. It was just going way too fast, especially off the freeway. He really continued those speeds right through a lot of residential neighborhoods on a beautiful day like today. You saw the number of pedestrians. I am relieved that this person is off the road.
Yeah. Okay. So there is that apprehension right there. That is the driver. We will investigate what happened to the passenger who jumped out with a backpack. We'll continue to look into this situation as you scour the area, Chris. Thanks for helping us on this pursuit. We'll be right back with more news.